طيب بسم الله والحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, and upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعاء لا يسمع. Verily Allah, refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, from a soul that has no satisfaction, no contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, and from a dua that goes answered. طيب, فنواصل معكم في هذا اليوم المبارك عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue this blessed and noble day of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية. اللغة العربية, we continue to learn and derive benefit from the science of the Arabic language. طيب, فلأصحاب الكتب وصلنا إلى حادية وخمسين. So for all those that have the book, we have arrived at page number 51. وبدأنا في قراءة جديدة. بحمد الله, we have begun a new reading. طيب, وبدأنا بداية هذه القراءة, and we have learned ماذا we have learned we have begun to read the beginning of this reading. طيب, عندنا بعض الكلمات الجديدة. So we have some new vocabulary words يا إخوان. طيب, اكتبوا هذه الكلمات. So write down these following words. اكتبوا هذه الكلمات. طيب, الكلمات الجديدة. So some new vocabulary. الكلمات الجديدة. الكلمات الجديدة. طيب, عندنا كلمة مدة. From our words we have مدة. طيب, اكتبوها. Write this word يا اخوان. مدة. طيب, مدة is a time period. وأيضا معذرة. We also have the word معذرة. It's going to come usually معذرة. معذرة is pardoning or pardon, excuse. طيب وأيضا مشغول. 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 We also have the word busy or occupied. وكذلك طرف. طرف. طر نعم طرف. 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 So we have مثلا edge. Busy. Pardon. Time period. Time period. The time period. طيب. طيب كل كلمة تكتب 10 تكتب 25 مرة. Remember, every new word, we write our words 25 times. We write our words 25 times. طيب نبدأ بالجديد. Let's begin يا إخوان. فعندنا مدة a time period ومعذرة pardon or an excuse. مشغول busy or preoccupied. طرف the edge of something. فنقول في طرف المدينة. So we say for example طرف في طرف المدينة. المدينة في طرف المدينة on the outskirts of the city. On the outskirts of the city. في المدينة. طيب، فمن معنا اليوم؟ Who do we have today with us يا إخوان؟ السلام عليكم. We have our beloved brother عبد الله. كيف أنت يا عبد الله؟ الحمد لله رب العالمين. طيب، لا نزال في القراءة. So we're still doing the reading إن شاء الله تعالى. وقفنا عند قولي عبد الله. I believe we stopped at Abdullah's speech. Oh yeah. فنواصل. Let's continue يا إخوان. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. كيف أنت يا شيخنا كبير؟ نعم. طيب عبد الله، أنت تكون عبد الله وشيخنا كي تكون عثمان. عبد الله you be عبد الله haha, and شيخنا كي you be عثمان. So, let's make it a little bigger يا إخوان. I think I can make it a little bigger. What else? What else is made? طيب تفضل يا عبد الله. لا بأس. نعم تفضل. نعم. نعم. So Abdullah says, pardon me for that. Excuse me for that. معذرة عن ذلك. معذرة عن ذلك. So he says, معذرة, pardon me for that. معذرة عن هذا وعن ذلك. عن دي شبيه النون. معذرة عن. طيب اكتبوا هذا يا اخوان. Write this down. معذرة. Now usually معذرة يا اخوان تأتي منصوبا. Usually it comes, there are a few different ways you can use it. Usually it comes mansub as the مفعول مطلق. طيب, as the, it's like an adverb, but there's no adverbs in Arabic. It's called the mutlaq. So he's really saying, I'm seeking your pardon, or I'm seeking your excuse from that. He's saying, I seek your pardon from that. No. لأنني مشغول في هذه الأيام. Because I. لأنني. طيب, because I. لأنني. طيب, هاتين كلمتان يا إخوان يجوز التلفظان. Here you can say one of two ways. You can say لأنني or لأني. كلاهما صحيح. Both of them are correct. والمعنى سواء. والمعنى سواء. And the meaning is the same. You can say لأنني or طيب, لأني because I. Because I. لأنني because I. The meaning is the same. Two ways you can say it. طيب, وأيام is the plural of يوم. أيام is the plural of يوم. Because طيب, this should be Arabic. English. It should be English rather than Arabic. Because I. Two ways to say this. لأني, or you can say لأنني. المعنى لا يتغير. المعنى لا يتغير. The meaning doesn't change. Same meaning. طيب, يوم والجمع أيام. يوم, the plural is أيام. A day and days. A day and days. يوم أيام um, days and a day. Days a day. So Abdullah says, معذرة عن ذلك. Pardon me for that. No. I seek your pardon for that. Pardon me for that. لأنني مشغول في هذه الأيام. Because I have been busy, or I'm busy during these days. No. طيب فضل يا شيخ نكير. Accent. So he says khayran, the affair is good, inshallah, if Allah wills. ماذا بك, what is with you? What is wrong with you? What is with you? نعم. ماذا بك? ماذا بك? ماذا بك؟ فهذا الآن يسأل المتكلم سؤالا. So now the speaker is asking a question. Like, what is with you? What's up? What's going on? ماذا بك? جميلا. So he said, what is with you? Meaning, what's going on with you? How are you? It's not how are you, but it could be used similar. ماذا بك? What's going on with you, يا أخي? No. أحسنت. طيب. فضل يا عبد الله. Accent. So he says, you know that I live, I dwell in a home or a residence, في طرف المدينة, on the outskirts, on the edge, on the outskirts of the city. And surely, وقد بعت سيارتي, and surely I have sold my car. طيب الأولى, first benefit here. قال أنت تعلم. هو بدأ بماذا؟ بالمبتدأ. So he began firstly with the subject. أنت, you. Then he came with the verb. تعلم. أنت تعلم. طيب. So he says, you know. Here you can say this two ways. مع المبتدئ أولا أو بدون المبتدئ. So here you can start off with the subject, you know. Right? It's really you know, technically. It's really you know. Like he said, you twice. Because the ta and the verb also means you. So it's like he said, you know. Anta ta'lamu. So you can bring the mubtadi' first, or you don't have to use the mubtadi'. You can just say ta'lamu. Because ماذا? The fa'il is inside of the verb. The ta is there. So you can repeat it. You can say it twice, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Some brothers think you have to say أنا ذهبت, أنت ذهبت, هو ذهب. You can, but you don't have to. Because this ta implies enter. This ta implies enter. So you technically said You know already. Because the you is embedded in the verb. It's already in the verb. So you don't have to re-say it. You can, but you don't have to. تفضل. نعم. It can be a form of tawkid. Like that's a good point, Abdullah. And باللغة العربية التكرار يفيد المهمة. That's a good point. Our brother Abdullah is mentioning. Write this principle down, ya ikhwan. Usually the origin is not that you repeat. So what does repeating show? التكرار. Sorry, this should be a yeah. This should be a raw. التكرار يفيد الأهمية. الأهمية. So when you repeat something, there are many things you can do to show emphasis. There are many things you could do. And from them is to say it again. Whatever you're saying, just repeat it. The fact that you're repeating it shows importance. التكرار يفيد الأهمية. Anytime you want to repeat something, anytime you want to show emphasis to something, just repeat it. كثير من أحاديث النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يكرر الكلام. يكرر الكلام. والتكرار يفيد الأهمية. Many ahadith, the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام, you find that he repeats something, sometimes even 3 times, to show its importance. So he's emphasizing the affair. Because the origin al-aslu fil kalam adamu at-takrar. The origin of how you speak naturally, you don't speak in repetition naturally. That's not how you speak. Our sister Carol says, I'm listening, but I'm on the road. MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. You could just listen, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah bless you. Give our Shaykh the salams, inshallah. Right, so the origin in speech is not repetition. Likewise in the Quran, نجد أن الله تعالى كرر شيئا. We find that Allah Ta'ala repeats. This shows importance. It also emphasizes. So that's a good point. Ahsanta. So write this down, ya ikhwan. التكرار يفيد الأهمية. Repetition, repeating, points to importance. التكرار. You want to emphasize something? You just say it again. You want to emphasize something? You just say it again. Many of the ulama, when they talk, some people say, why do the scholars, why do they repeat so often? That's a reason they're repeating. To show the importance of the thing. You find that from the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, the companions and the Tabeerun and the Imams that came after. And the Imams, they came after. So you repeat. So you say, Anta ta'lamu. That's a form of repetition. Anta ta'lamu. So you didn't say the exact same word, but you almost said the exact same word because the ta means anta. The ta means anta. So you basically said anta twice. You know, technically. So you're showing emphasis. So whatever is going to come next, he emphasized that thing. How do you know? He repeated, anta, anta. You say to a brother, MashaAllah, you look nice today, akhi. You look nice today, akhi. So the fact that you said it twice, you did that for a reason. Usually, if you know the style of speech, the origin is not repetition. You don't say, for example, أين تذهب يا أخي. You don't say أين تذهب. أين تذهب. You don't really talk like that. That's not how you talk naturally. The origin of speech is not repeating. That's the origin. You repeat for a reason. So if you say to someone, أين تذهب. أين تذهب. You say to someone, where are you going? Where are you going? If you don't have like, you know how to talk, you know some grammar, you have some nahu, some grammar with you. You did that for a reason, to show emphasis. So you say, where are you going? Where are you going? If that wasn't a slip of the tongue, sometimes your tongue has a mind of its own. You intend to say something, but your tongue slipped and said something else. If you didn't have a slip of the tongue and you did this on purpose, you're showing a benefit. You're showing a benefit. No. So that's a good point, Ya Abdullah. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless you. So when you say anta, anta, you, that's emphasis. Anta ta'lamu, you know. No. And if you really look at it, and this shows the beauty of Arabic, he actually emphasized it 3 times. 1, 2, 2 times. One is the anta ta'lamu. He mentions the mubtada first. And then he also said qad. Qad is a particle of tahqiq. It's a particle that shows that something actually took place. So it emphasizes also. So he said anta ta'lam, and then he said waqad. So he would say, you know that I live in a place far or on the outskirts of this city, and surely. So I have 2 emphases there. And surely I sold my car. No. وفعل باع يبيع, and the word باع means to sell. باع means to sell. باع يبيع to sell. باع يبيع. No. To sell. يبيع. So. طيب. طيب. Next sentence. طيب. فائدة ثانية, another benefit when you use سكن. طيب. Now here he said أسكن. أسكن. And then he said بيتا منصوبا. So here you can use sakana with fi or without the fi. He said askuna baytan. Or you can say askunu fi baytin. Askunu fi baytin. So with the fi is going to be ism majroor. Without the fi it's going to be mansub. Same meaning. Askunu fi baytin or askunu baytan. I live in a house. I reside in a house. and I reside in a house. Same point. Sometimes you use the particles. Sometimes you don't have to use the particles. They're already understood. No. طيب. وستان تفضل يا عثمان وشكنا كي. Excellent. So he says, therefore, إذن, therefore, why don't you consider, why don't you think about renting a place in our area, in our region? طيب, حي is like an area, a region, neighborhood. حي 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 area, a neighborhood. في هذا الحي, in this area here, for example. So حي, a neighborhood. We also have فكر, فكر, to think, to consider. Also, لا, we know لا يا إخوانا بس. طيب, استئجار, استئجار, استئجار. استئجار is renting. استئجار, renting. And مسكن, same meaning as second. مسكن, a place, be a house. مسكن. Right, so we have 4 words here, يا إخوان. I want you to memorize these words. مسكن is a house, same as second. House, somewhere to live, a dwelling. It can be a house, but it doesn't have to be a house. So we'll change that house. Let's make it a dwelling. Anywhere you dwell. It could be an apartment, it could be Airbnb, it could be your car, it could be a room, it could be a house. Wherever you live, that's your مسكن. A house is a house. So كل بيت مسكن وليس كل مسكن بيتا. Every house is a dwelling, and not every dwelling is a house. طيب, renting. And then we have فكر, to think, to ponder. And then we have حي, an area, a neighborhood. So he says, إذن لماذا لا تفكروا? So now he says, why don't you think about? وفي أغلب الأوقات فكر أتى مع في. And usually فكر comes with في. Usually فكر comes with في. So he says لماذا لا تفكر في. Why don't you? This la is the la nafia, the negative la, not the prohibitive la, the negative la. So he says لماذا لا تفكر في. He says, so why or why don't you think about, the fee is going to be about, why don't you think, consider about renting استئجار مسكن, renting a house or dwelling place في حينا, in our neighborhood, because remember he said he lives far away. So Uthman says, إذن therefore لماذا لا تفكر في استئجار مسكن في حينا, why don't you think about renting a dwelling place where we live at, in our area. في استئجار مضاف مضاف إليه مسكن في حينا في حينا. No. So it says في استئجاري مضاف مضاف إليه في شو بي همزة شو بي ألف استئجاري استئجاري مسكن مضاف مضاف إليه في حينا في حينا. So he said, why don't you consider, why don't you think about renting a dwelling, somewhere to live, in our area, in our neighborhood. طيب اكتبوا هذه الكلمة الجديدة. هذه الكلمة الجديدة. Write this new word down يا إخوان. استأجر. استأجر. New word. To rent. هذا الفعل. This is the verb. استئجار comes from. استأجر. To rent. Borrow something with money. You're not buying it, but you're renting it. نستأجر سيارة من Enterprise. We rented a car from Enterprise. نستأجر سيارة من Hertz. We rented a car from Hertz. نستأجر كتابا من المكتبة. We rented a book. Not borrow. Borrow is with no money, no compensation. You have a book in Yemen. We used to not buy the same books, some of us. And we couldn't afford a lot of the books, some of us, mashallah. So instead of we all buy Bukhari, we all buy Muslim, we all buy Tirmidhi. No, I will buy Muslim. Since I got Muslim, it's like you got it too, because you can use it anytime. Now you buy Bukhari. So since you buy Bukhari, you let me use it anytime. And then our other brother buys Tirmidhi. So we save money until we get to that level. And now I can use your Bukhari, you can use my Muslim, and we can use his Tirmidhi. So we work together. You don't really find that nowadays amongst the students nowadays, ya ikhwan. Sometimes among some of their circles, you know, these groups, they deal with themselves, but these other students don't deal with them. And then this other group over there, they don't deal with those groups. May Allah help us, ya ikhwan. And then if you are close with this student, and he's against that student, he's against you. So it's just weird. And then we all say sunnah, 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 sunnah. And may Allah help us. And while we're arguing with amongst each other, those other groups who are against the sunnah are laughing at us. May Allah help us. طيب استأجر. You're gonna write يستأجر is the مضارع. يستأجر. He is renting, or he rents, and he rented. استأجر فعل. So استأجر is the verb 25 times. A new word for us. And the masdar is استئجار, renting. استئجار. So the verb is استأجر, يستأجر. No. Well, you're borrowing something, but you're paying, like you're using a compensation money to borrow it. You say, let me rent you a book for 10 days, and you give the brother some money. Okay, I'll rent it to you for $2 a day. Okay, $10, 10 days, $2. And then at the end of it, you return the book back. That's renting, when you pay something to borrow it. Borrowing biduni al-mal is without compensation, without money. You say, let me borrow your book for a month. Say, inshallah, it's better to write it down. I borrowed the brother's book on this day, inshallah, with the intent to bring it back on this day. Alhamdulillah. That's better. So we'll do one more, ya ikhwan, and then we'll stop, inshallah ta'ala. Our brother from Tanzania, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. He says, نحن نصلي العشاء الآن هنا في Tanzania, alhamdulillah. He said, we are praying Isha now in Tanzania. طيب, did you find the Sheikh? Is the Sheikh Abu Yaman close to you in Tanzania? The Sheikh from Yemen, Al-Masqari. If he is, give him the salams, inshallah ta'ala. Tell him his student Abu Abdullah Al-Amriki sends his salams. I don't know how close you are to him. He has a masjid there called Masjid Al-Bani in Tanzania, but I don't know the height. I don't know the area. But if he's close to you, can you try to find the contact for the Sheikh for us, inshallah? I would love to do some telelinks with the Sheikh, inshallah. And may Allah bless you. Sorry, so go pray Isha, and we'll do one more sentence, and then we'll stop, inshallah ta'ala. طيب, whose turn يا إخوان? Abdullah, تفضل. Good. Good. MashaAllah. Right, now this sentence is very eloquent, ya ikhwan. خاصة بدايتها, especially the beginning. So he says, هذا ما حضرت لأجله. So this first part here, ya ikhwan, you're not really going to find, except from the students of Arabic and the Mashaykh of Arabic, they talk with such beauty. So he says, هذا, this, ما حضرت لأجله. Now this is eloquent in itself. Allahu Akbar. So remember, Abdullah said to him, or Uthman said to him, لماذا لا تفكر في استجار مسكن في حينا? So Uthman says, therefore, why don't you think about renting a place in our area? So he says, هذا, this, meaning what Uthman said to him. He says this, meaning what you just said, ما حضرت لأجله. I didn't come for that. So he said it in such a beautiful way. ما حضرت لأجله. No one uses this phrase. Memorize this phrase, يا إخوان. لأجله. For its purpose. For that purpose. لأجله. So he says, this I did not attend or arrive for that purpose. So he says this, meaning what Uthman said to him. ما حضرت لأجله. I didn't come for that. That's not the reason he came. Hadara means to attend. So he says this, ما حضرته. I didn't come لأجله for that. لأجله for that reason. You say, for example, ولأجل ذلك. Write this phrase down, يا إخوان. فلأجل ذلك. So, for that purpose, for that reason, sometimes you hear the ulama when they're explaining, and then he says, فلأجل هذا. So for that reason, قال الله تعالى. Allah said, the Most High. فلأجل ذلك. So for that reason, or for that purpose, so for that reason, or you can say purpose, فلأجل ذلك لأجل الله لأجل الله. He came for the purpose of Allah, for the sake of Allah. So then he continues, he says, because I desire to live in the middle of the city. He doesn't want to live on the outskirts. No, he wants to live in the middle. But he doesn't want to live on the outskirts. He says, إني أريد أن أسكن في وسط المدينة في حيكم قريبا من بيتكم. So I want to live close to you, but not in the same area. He wants to live in the not the outskirts, but in the middle of the city. So you have the Tarafi al-Madina. That will be like the outskirts where one city begins. Like, you know how you may have like North Jersey, and then before you get to New York, that will be like the outskirts of New Jersey. Like on the edge. So you have Fi Tarafi al-Madina, on the edge of the city. No, it could be in the city, but it's like on the edge of it, not in the depths of the city. We may say the hood, not in the hood. No, on the outskirts, the edge of the city, outskirts of the city. And then you have fi wasati. Wasati is like in the middle of the city. You're not fi taraf, you're not on the edge of it, you're in the city, like in the middle of the city. No. Fi wasati. Wasati. Fi wasati al-Madina. Al-Madina. Fi wasati. So you have on the outskirts, fi taraf, and then you have في وسط in the middle. نعم. طيب. So this man, Abdullah, wanted to live in the middle. He didn't want to live real like in the same high. He didn't want to live on the taraf. He wants to live in the wasat, in the middle. طيب. طيب. So we'll stop there يا إخوان. For homework, we want you to complete. We ask you brothers and sisters to write this reading 3 times. So for homework, I want you to answer this question or these questions. He says التدريب الأول, exercise number 1. أجب عن الأسئلة التالية. Answer the following sentences. Answer the following sentences. The sentences are from the qira'ah, or from the reading. So for example, we'll do number 1. Just read the number 1, and I want you guys to answer them for homework. So we have 8 questions. The answers are in the reading. So don't answer now. I want you to do this for homework. هل تأخر عبد الله عن زيارة عثمان? Now here, this is a printing error. They have a sukoon on Uthman. So pay attention here. This should be a fatha, not a sukoon. This should be a fatha. It should be Uthmana, not Uthman with a sukoon. So he says, هل تأخر عبد الله عن زيارة عثمان? Did Abdullah delay visiting Uthman? And then you answer the question. So we'll go over that tomorrow, inshallah. What's today? Tomorrow is Jumu'ah. طيب. So no class on Jumu'ah. It is not recommended for Jumu'ah to have classes before Jumu'ah. So we'll meet again Saturday morning, inshallah. No class, no Arabic on Jumu'ah. And then we'll come together again, inshallah. Saturday AM, inshallah. So you have 2 days to complete this homework, inshallah. الساعة نحاول أن نبدأ يا إخوان. My time is a little off. Like I'm an hour behind you right now. We're in the Midwest. So it should be 12 something with you guys, right? It should be 1. It should be 1 something with you guys. Okay. What time did you got now, Abdullah? Okay. Okay, so where I am is 12. I'm an hour behind you guys. Okay. So we're going to try to start. We try to begin. My time would be 11. So on your time, 12. So 12 Eastern time. Inshallah. Saturday. Right? So we try to have it about, usually when I log on, it's about 12:10, something like that. 12:05. So we're going to try to start promptly at 12 Eastern time and 11 Midwest time. And may Allah bless you all. آمين اللهم آمين وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
You said one question.
تفضل.
Who said?
نعم.
I was told there was a hadith that Messenger alayhi salam when he had the companions all together and they was eating camel meat.
Okay.
And he told them by the salat had came in, he told them to, once they finished eating, for them to make a wudu.
No.
Refreshing the wudu.
No.
I'm trying. My question is that I can they was asking is, you know, because they was confused about making the wudu.
Oh,
Because
like
getting
the
back,
reason.
because okay, one of the statements, one of the statements was from some of the scholars. They stated in terms of cooking fried food, I mean fried meat or cooked meat on the grill or what have you. They say after you eat this, you have to make a wudu.
طيب
And,
طيب.
and then I read also that there's a hadith by Musalima, narrated by Musalima from and was collected by Imam Ahmed An-Nasai wa Tabidi,
Mm.
um, stated that Musalima cooked some meat and the Prophet the salat came in and he went on and made the salat.
طيب.
So it's
نعم.
kind of, the people is kind of confused about that. So,
طيب لا بأس نحاول أن نسهل الأمر علينا أولا وعليكم ثانيا. So we'll try our best to make it easy upon ourselves first and upon the brothers and sisters secondly. أحيانا يا إخوان يجب على العبد أن يتوضأ. Sometimes it's obligatory for the servant to make wudu. Sometimes it's obligatory upon the servant to make wudu. وأحيانا يستحب على العبد أن يتوضأ. And sometimes it's highly recommended for the servant to make wudu. فمثال ذلك, an example of that, إذا العبد ينام نوما شديدا ثم أراد أن يصلي يجب عليه أن يتوضأ. يجب عليه أن يتوضأ. So the man goes to sleep, a true sleep, where he's actually sleeping, not a doze off. No, asleep. His mind, ذهب عقله. His mind is not there. And now he wants to stand to pray. Now it's obligatory upon him to make wudu. It's obligatory upon him to make wudu. طيب الآن الشخص يجلس ويستريح في الطهارة ويريد أن يصلي. ليس عليه أن يتوضأ بل يستحب له تجديد الوضوء. تجديد الوضوء. Another example, the man is just relaxing, but he's in a state of purification. And he wants to stand to pray. But there was some time between his last wudu. But he's still in purification. He's still in tahara. It's highly recommended for him to make a new wudu. He doesn't have to. He can stand up and pray because he's in tahara. But it's still recommended to revive his wudu, to make a new wudu. وأحيانا إذا العبد مثلا يكون في الطهارة ويأكل شيء، هذا الأكل لا ينقض وضوءه لكن يستحب له أن يجدد الوضوء، مثل إذا يأكل لحم الجمل. لحم الجمل. Another example, the man is in a state of purification, but he eats some foods that are mentioned in the narrations, like camel meat. Like camel meat. It's not obligatory for him to make wudu. Eating camel meat does not invalidate your wudu, but it's highly recommended to make wudu after eating camel meat. والصحيح أننا نجدد الوضوء بعد أن نأكل اللحم الذي ذكره النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. And the correct position, wallahu alam, is not every food that's been fried, no, but the things that the Messenger of Allah mentioned. For example, camel meat. So it wouldn't be correct to say every food that's fried, because that's not what the Prophet said. He mentions camel meat. So the correct opinion is that after eating camel meat, يستحب للعبد أن يجدد الوضوء. أن يجدد وضوء. That after eating camel meat, it's highly recommended to make wudu. For example, من الظاهر هو ليس من كيفية الطبخ، لكن هو في اللحم نفسه. هو في اللحم نفسه، أي لحم الجمل. والله أعلم. What appears to be, and Allah knows best, It's not how the camel was cooked. What it appears to be is that it's something about the camel meat itself. For example, that's what it appears from the narration. Eating the camel meat, no matter how it's been cooked, no matter how it's been prepared, is still highly, highly, highly recommended to make wudu. Just like it's recommended to make wudu, even if you're in wudu, it's still recommended to make a new wudu, but you don't have to. No. Just like here, you're eating any food, technically, and you want to make a revival of your wudu, that's better. But especially camel meat. بعض الناس يظنون أن الوضوء بعد أن يأكلوا لحم الجمل على الوجوب وهذا ليس بالصحيح هو على استحباب والله أعلم. Many brothers and sisters think it's obligatory to make wudu after eating camel meat. But the correct opinion is not that it's obligatory, that is highly recommended. There's a narration in which it was camel meat there, they ate the camel meat, and the Prophet did not make wudu. So this shows that it's just recommended. Not just recommended, but it's highly recommended and not obligatory. And not obligatory. No. هذا قولي والله أعلم. This is what I would say. And Allah Ta'ala أعلى وأعلم. And Allah the Most High, He knows best. عفوا وفيكم بارك الله. No. No. Likewise, ya Sheikh, likewise. Now, نلتقي إن شاء الله يوم السبت. We'll meet إن شاء الله Saturday. May Allah bless you all. No. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our sister says 1:15. Nah, so we're an hour behind you guys. So we start here. It's going to be 11. Well, you guys, it should be 12. We try to make it the hour before Dhuhr. The hour before Dhuhr. Our brother says, is this Arabic class? Yes, we have Arabic in Ramadan every day, except Jumu'ah at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.